Hi, Happy New Year! Welcome to our channel, 2 Under 2. Hi, David. This is my sweet boy, Princeton's brother, King David. And this is my little sweetie, my little miracle baby, Princeton. And this is my king and my prince. So, in this video, I would like to go in depth on my labor and delivery story for my little baby Princeton. I just wanted King David to say hi because we're probably going to hear him in the background being very loud. So say hi, David.
Hi. Hi.
Okay. All right. Here, I just wanted to share my labor and delivery story with my cute little preemie baby. Look at him. Say hi, Princeton. Yay. Daddy. All right, that's enough of my turn. So, yes, I wanted to share my labor and delivery story with my preterm baby, or premature baby. Yes, Princeton was born on August 23rd, 2017, weighing 2 pounds, 15 ounces. Today is January 1st, 2018, and my sweet prince is 12 pounds, 10 ounces, and he is officially 4 months old. 4 months and a week. So yeah, my gosh, 2017 has been a year of roller coasters, but that's for a whole nother video to get into. I just want to give a brief story of my labor and delivery, because if I try to go in depth, it might take forever to tell you everything. So pretty much for 2 weeks, I was having a little bit of leakage here and there, every other day or so. It wasn't consistently every day. So I didn't think it was a big issue, and because it happened with my my firstborn, but I was 38 weeks, I totally forgot that it happened when I was 38 weeks. And when I went in, they told me that my water didn't rupture, I wasn't leaking, none of that, nothing was happening, and they sent me home, false labor. So I didn't feel like dealing with going to triage and them looking at me like I just want to be up in there for fun. So I decided, you know what, it'll go away. This is perfectly normal. It's just a part of one of the pregnancy symptoms. Sadly, it was not. When I finally did go in, close to the end of the 2 weeks, they told me that I was 2 centimeters dilated and that I was in the beginning stages of preterm labor, and they could probably stop it. They were talking about putting a mesh and magnesium, and they were talking about giving me steroids for the baby's lungs. Do you want to say something? Oh, no? Okay. All right. But because I wasn't very familiar with much information on preterm labor, everything was foreign to me. So when I heard steroids, I was like, I was scared. I was like, steroids, that never sounds, you never hear steroid to be anything good. So I didn't trust the hospital that I was at. I went to the emergency room at a local hospital, and the hospital that I was scheduled to have my C-section on November 11th, his actual due date, that was about 45 minutes away. But Mr. Here, he did not want to wait for his due date. He wanted to come out and make his debut 9 days after his father's birthday. I don't know why. Anyways, fast forward to me leaving. I discharged myself. I said that I didn't want to give birth here. I wanted to give birth at the hospital with the doctor that delivered my firstborn. I had a C-section the first time, and in my mind, I felt like I would be safer having the same person go in and cut me the second time instead of somebody new. Here I go having to warm up to somebody else that I don't know. I'm afraid of needles. I don't like pain. This doctor that delivered my firstborn, she was very nice and sweet and patient with me, because I was in active labor when I gave birth the first time. So I had contractions happening, and they're trying to give me the shot in my back at the same time. And I had to keep saying, stop, stop, wait, wait. And they were very patient with me, because if I was the one giving the shot, I would have said, does she want it or not? And I was just going to have to hold still. This time around, I had a different anesthesiologist giving me the shot, and her patient, she was older, and she was good. The first one, because I kept saying stop, stop, it threw them off. But this one, she was like, nope, she's gonna have to sit still, and boom, got it done within 5 minutes, and I was numb. I wanted to see, the plan was to watch them as they cut me open and snatch my baby out. But when I asked about it, she did mention, you know, don't be scared, but your baby's going to be very small. It's not going to be like last time. And that scared me. So I said, never mind. I don't want to see it anymore. So they continued. They did what they're supposed to do. Cut me open. Take the baby out. Everything moved very quickly because his lungs weren't fully developed. I didn't get to take a picture with him like I did with my firstborn. My husband didn't get to go with the baby. They took him directly to the NICU. And one thing I failed to mention was, wake up. One thing I failed to mention was that when within 24 hours of going to the hospital I was registered to have my baby at, I was 8 centimeters dilated. Yes. So everything moved quickly. My husband wasn't there, so he had to rush and come because I told him, go to work. They're not going to do anything. Nothing's going to happen. I'll be here when you get off work. Yeah, everything moved very quickly. My contractions, they picked up fast, and they weren't showing up on the monitor outside. So I was in labor, like, not a part of my plan. I wanted that good old epidural again quickly. I didn't want to feel any pain, but I guess we just had to go through that. Yes. So then he was in the NICU. I didn't get to see him for at least 2 hours after I gave birth because I was pretty high still from that nice little shot they gave me in my back. This time it seemed to wear off very quickly. Last time it lasted for what seemed like the whole day. This time it didn't. I was able to get up and move around quicker. Surprisingly, I don't know, maybe they gave me less, or maybe because it's my second time. When I went to see my son for the very first time, I was terrified. My husband had taken pictures when he went in, and he showed it to me, and nothing really clicked. I wasn't really connecting. I didn't believe it was my baby in there. I don't know why it wasn't making sense to me that I did give birth and that my baby was in the NICU. It hit me when I had to go and look at him for the first time. He had all these IVs and tubes, and he had the blue light on because he had jaundice. He had the ventilator down his throat, helping him breathe, pumping air into his body. He looked fragile. His skin was still very thin, and you can kind of see his veins and things. His skin wasn't thick enough for his skin. The part in the pregnancy where your baby skin begins to get some kind of pigment to it, that hadn't started yet, or any kind of fat that hadn't started yet. So all I saw is this really skinny baby. You see things like this on TV or even YouTube, but I never in a million years thought that this would be my story. Look at him, he's already asleep. I never in a million years, okay buddy, thought that this would be my story or my journey, but it was, and it was terrifying. I was scared to touch my own baby. All you could really do is put your hands in there and rest it on them. No caressing. Yeah, none of that feels good to them because we really aren't, they really aren't supposed to be out yet. So their skin's very sensitive. So yeah, that's pretty much my labor and delivery story in a nutshell. Very quickly, I will be making another video in depth speaking about you know, bringing baby home from the NICU and baby dealing with having a child in the NICU. Now that is emotional. It's like I came home with no baby. My milk finally came in. I didn't get to breastfeed my firstborn. My milk, it seemed like I didn't really produce any milk, or I missed it, or I don't know. But this time around, I know, look, he's smiling. This time around, my milk came in, and I was pumping and pumping and pumping, but no baby to give it to. So I was pumping and storing, and then we lived 45 minutes away, so I wasn't going every day, so that took an emotional toll on me. If the scheduled time that I could make it there, I couldn't make it. So yeah, it's an emotional wreck. But he stayed in there for 3 months until close to the beginning of November. Like the 1st of November, we were able to take him home. His lungs, he still needed a little help. He's on oxygen. He's not on the ventilator. He can breathe on his own. His oxygen level is not at our level that we breathe at. So that's why he still needs the oxygen. So I get to roll around this bad boy that's sitting right next to me that you cannot see. That's his oxygen tank. And then when we're at home, he has a little oxygen that we plug into the wall, and it sucks the air up and makes it better for him. Something like that. I don't know. Yes, I'm just gonna redo this video, but I can't because look, he's out. So I hope this video, you know, someone receives something from it, or it helps a mom that's going through preterm labor, in the middle of preterm labor right now, at risk at being in preterm labor. Just know that it's going to be okay. It's going to be scary, yes, but it's going to be okay. And even if your baby comes out with oxygen, you're gonna be so afraid, because you're like, how am I gonna take care of a baby on oxygen? But they'll teach you everything that you need to know, and you just gotta trust God. Huh, Prince? What he said. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate the support that I got from my family and my friends and my church family, from those that reached out to me, went out of their way to, you know, speak in words of encouragement to me when they didn't really have to. I really appreciate each and every one of you for the parts that you played in this journey. And I really hope that these mini-series videos will really help a mom that is going through what I'm coming out of. So thank you for watching. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share. All that good stuff that they say on YouTube. You do it.